a while since I recorded my last video, but here I am recording this week's version. Sorry for my French. So this band I'm going to be talking about today, it's a band that I mean, they don't need any introduction. I'm talking about the Pet Shop Boys. I do have a lot of the records, but it's not really a band that I kind of go to and listen. I wasn't that big a fan of the band. Like, I wasn't really a fan of any of their albums. I was a fan of their singles. And I've got all the records here, and I tried to be like a crazy fan, but I wasn't. But the singles were just incredible. So they've just reissued the 18-track Greatest Hit Singles collection Discography. Just reissued it. The singles collection is a limited blue vinyl as well, so I'm going to show you in a minute. It's a gorgeous blue vinyl. Featuring updated remasters as well, so it's been remastered for this edition as well. I didn't have the original one. The original one came out in 1991, and it's basically Discography, the singles from 1985 to 1981, 91. Sorry, it did come out. It didn't come out original blue vinyl, but the reissue is blue vinyl, and it's been remastered. 2023 remasters for this release here. It did chart in number 3 in the UK album charts. It includes the singles West End Girls, Always My Mind, It's a Sin, Domino Dancing, Suburbia. To me, sort of 85 to 91 was the golden period of the Pet Shop Boys. Their singles were just outstanding. As I said, they did release albums, but I didn't really listen to the albums. I didn't really like a lot of the tracks on the album, but I did love their singles. But this compilation here features 4 number 1 singles from Pet Shop Boys and a further 8 top 10s. I mean, Pet Shop Boys in this time period, 85 to 91, was so prolific. I mean, their tracks were huge, ranging from West End Girls to First Ever Single right through. So it includes things like West End Girls, On My Mind, It's a Sin, Domino Dance and Suburbia. Domino Dance is probably one of my favourite tracks, actually, and I did have the opportunity to see him live a couple of years ago down in Cornwall, and their stage shows are great, and the songs really kind of resonated with a lot of people, and their interpretation of the live version just works so well with their stage presence, and I became a fan all over again, which is great. So the singles collection is the first greatest hits album by English duo Pet Shop Boys, and it was originally released on 4th of November 1991 on Parlophone. As I said, it collects all the singles released by Pet Shop Boys. 91. 16 of the 18 tracks were singles, while the last 2 tracks, DJ Culture and Was It Worth It, are new songs recorded exclusively for this compilation. There's only one track on here where it wasn't penned by the boys, and it was U2's, a cover version of U2's Where the Streets Have No Name, which later on in the song, which always takes by surprise, it breaks into Frankie Valli's Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, which I listen and think, God, is that wasn't in the original. So I do like the way they kind of almost like did a live remix of that song, but it's the only track on this album that wasn't penned by the boys, Pet Shop Boys. All the mixes on here as well are the 7-inch single versions as well. So there's no extended 12-inch versions. It's just all the 7-inch versions that you would have bought on the actual 7-inch singles. No extended mixes, no nothing. For me, this is perfect for someone who is a fan of the Pet Shop Boys as a single, but not a fan of their albums. So for me, having all the singles on one compilation is great. It's also a good start point for people getting into the Pet Shop Boys who think, oh, I actually like the Pet Shop Boys. This is a great start point. So as I said, it's just been reissued again on double vinyl. I'm not sure if the first one was on double vinyl. I don't think it was. I think the original release was just a single vinyl, black single vinyl with all the tracks on one side. Let me know if you do have that original version, and was it just on one vinyl? I'm sure it was. But if you can just put comments below if you have it, just confirm it was one vinyl and not 2. Whereas this one is 2 bits of vinyl on blue vinyl. So the sleeve, nothing's changed. They kept the sleeve exactly the same because I did do some research on the original, make sure there's nothing different on it. And it's just got Boys on the front, Pet Shop Boys Discography, the complete singles collection 85 to 91. Not 86, 85. You got obviously the hype sticker, which I always like my hype stickers. It says limited edition transparent blue vinyl, and that is it. Nothing else. The back, again, and one of the things I used to like about the Pet Shop Boys kind of covers, they were very kind of minimal in text. So you've got a side one which has West End Girls, Love Comes Quickly, which is a great record. Opportunities, Suburbia. So those kind of 4 singles there were kind of like outstanding. It's a Sin, Rent, Always on My Mind, Heart, Domino Dancing, It's Alright, So Hard, Being Boring, Jealousy, and then obviously the last two, which were never singles, which is DJ Culture and Was It Worth It, that were just recorded for this original release of the compilation. Nothing has changed on the cover. The inside, as I said, I'm not sure if the original came out on double vinyl or single vinyl. I assume if it did come out on single vinyl, I'm going to show you why in a minute. So vinyl 1, you have Neil Tennant, who I do have the pleasure of kind of knowing, not hanging out, but I used to work in a shop called Coke and Desire. I used to come in and buy his records. He knew the owners, Sasha and Marion. So I used to see him quite a lot. Very nice guy. But on one vinyl, on one side you've got Neil, and then the other, you've got almost like a timeline of the singles. You've got the artwork for the single releases, and then the timeline for the production, when it was out, UK chart position. So for instance, Being Boring got to number 20. You know, you got So Hard it's getting to number 4. So it's quite good. It's a good overview of the singles. I wish a lot more people did this when they do their kind of greatest hits compilation. Just a bit more information on the singles. And I love the fact they've got all the artwork for the 7-inch singles as well. So for your Pet Shop Boys collectors out there, this would be perfect. The vinyl itself is lovely blue, I've got to say. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely kind of translucent blue kind of vinyl. And on the labels, again, it's very, very simple. If you can see that, probably not. Just simple text, black, white, and white background. Name of the singles in it, the name of the album, and that's it. Not much to it. The second vinyl, I'd imagine if it did come out in one piece of vinyl, you've got Neil. I think you would have had Neil one side and Chris on the other side. I assume. So if you can just let me know if this was double vinyl original release. If not, let me know. Again, you've got Chris on the other side, and they got the other singles. You know, all starting from West End Girls got number 1. It's a Sin was a number 1. Always on My Mind was a number 1. Heart was a number 1. So they were really on a really good run here with these singles. This is probably, out of the 2 vinyls, this is probably my favourite one. I like these tracks a lot more than the other ones. Again, you've got a timeline, information on the singles itself. You've got the artwork. And obviously Chris on the other side. And the vinyl, again, is the translucent blue vinyl. Yeah. Lovely vinyl. It's just nice to have, and you know, for someone like me, there's might be other people out there who are Pet Shop Boys fans, but fans of the singles and not the albums. This is perfect. Or if you just discovered the Pet Shop Boys, this is a great intro into the Pet Shop Boys, their greatest hits, basically, the biggest hits. It doesn't actually cost that much. I mean, it was £44 for this, for the double vinyl, translucent vinyl. A bit expensive, but I think it's good to have in your collection. I mean, I do have a big collection of Pet Shop Boys vinyl, more so for the 12-inch mixes, but it's quite nice just hearing the kind of 7-inch mixes, the radio edits basically, all on one. You can sing along to all the hit after hit after hit. It's great. What is your favourite Pet Shop Boys song? Let me know. Comments below. Just tell me what your favourite track is, and what is your worst. I always love to know what you think an artist's worst track is and what their best is. For me, the best one is definitely going to be Love Comes Quickly, number 1. And the one I'm not so keen on is probably Always on My Mind. I'm not keen on that one at all. But the rest of them, brilliant. So that was the Pet Shop Boys discography, the complete singles collection from 1985 to 1991. Reissued on double vinyl, translucent blue. Originally came out in 1991. As I said, the question I want to ask, did the original come out on a single vinyl or a double vinyl? If you can let me know, that'd be great. But if you don't have it, go and get yourself this. It's a great compilation and on vinyl too. Thank you very much.